Hello. Hello everybody and welcome to the Truth Serum. Today I want to talk about, I want to tell you guys about one of the biggest L's I have taken. I hope you kind of find it maybe like as funny as I do, because it's kind of funny now. I mean, in the moment it really wasn't. It was just like, yeah, fork and fork. I know some people are gonna be like, people who have hearts that are like this. A while ago, I was working at some place and I think I actually really quite enjoyed it. The pay was literally the worst in the world, but I worked there for about a year. But I liked working there, I think. I liked working there for the most part. I liked the job part of it and like not whatever extra there was, but I really enjoyed the job and everything. Like the place is located in quite an awkward, well, it's not that awkward, but like from where I live it's tricky to get to that place, and so I had to use a train to get there. And when I say train, I'm not talking about how train, I'm talking about the metro rail. And if I could tell you the horror stories. When I say horror stories, it's mostly really sad, but at the same time, it's really perverted. Like, if you know what it's like at the metro rail, you'll know that usually it's packed. So you can just imagine. And I think if you just from looking at it, just from examining, you can just see that it's just men. It's mostly men. So as a woman, you can just imagine what it's like to be inside a train with so many men surrounding you. And it's packed. It's so... Anyway, that's not even the story that I'm trying to tell you right now. But that was my travel experience. And that's how I traveled all the time. Traveling with the train was it was actually quite adventurous. And I was part of a group, like a WhatsApp group, where people who were already at the station would notify you oh, the next train is coming, blah blah blah, because there was not a proper system the way that the how train is. If it says 7:30, it's 7:30, unless there's a delay, then they tell you there's a delay. But with the metro rail, it's very so much it's a mess. Unfortunately, so you never really know when the train is coming. And so this one day, I was headed to work, the day before that day, shit really hit the fan for me. I mean, when I think about it, I'm like, it was bad, but if I was the boss, I wouldn't have fired someone for that. I just gave you what happened. If I was the boss, I wouldn't have done that to a person. Because of that situation. It's it's not a way to punish somebody, you know what I mean? For me, it was just in the time I was very understanding, yeah, makes sense. But now I'm like, no, not really, doesn't really make sense. So that the day before the story that I want to tell you about, shit actually hit the fan. Things were bad. I don't know how I was feeling, honestly. I kind of knew what was going to happen, but I didn't really know, you know what I mean? And at that place, they really have this thing about being on time and whatever. So that day, it's such a mission, guys, to get to this place. I had to take 2 taxis and a train. So I wasn't on time, I wasn't early. So the whole morning, I was just rushing through everything. Okay, I was rushing, trying to make sure that I get to work on time. And I did, and then I took the 2 taxis. I got there. Just as I got to the station, in that second taxi, I literally heard... In fact, as the taxi was driving, I saw the train from a distance. I was like, here's the train. If I had missed that train, the next train would have probably been in an hour or whatever. You just never know. So I would have been maybe 2 hours late or something. So I was really scared. I was like, shit has hit the fan for me. I can't afford to be late. I have to be on time to talk to these people. You know what I mean? Hey, now rushing. The taxi stops. Open the door. Run out. Now the way this station is set up, you have to go like up the stairs and then you like sort of almost cross a bridge and then you go down the stairs and you land right where the train stops basically. The taxi stops. I run out. As I'm running, I'm taking out my ticket because I don't go through the holes on the other side. Those of you who know, but I definitely bought a ticket. So I took out my ticket. I even had like a monthly ticket, or was it a weekly or bi-weekly? I'm taking out my ticket and I'm sprinting because as I'm running up the stairs, I can hear that the train is close by. I'm running up the stairs. I run, I'm crossing the bridge, and just as I'm about to get on the step of the second set of stairs, I didn't make it. And by that I mean, I literally rolled down the stairs. Like, rolled. I think it's like, if I had to count how many steps it was like, maybe like 20. Yeah, maybe 20. Yeah, about 20. So I rolled down those stairs and literally saw all my stuff falling out of my bag. I rolled down. I was wearing a dress and some sneakers. I think it was a Friday even. I rolled down. Like, it was so... Everything kind of happened so quickly. But as I was rolling down, you know, there were moments where I could see the train literally slowing down as I'm walking down. But I don't know why I was like so scared, like of being late. Like, the situation was the situation. But still, the moment the fall was finished, I stood up. I grabbed my things, put them in the bag, and I ran into the train. Like, I jumped into the train just as it was starting to move. Like, it was like, and I was like inside. The doors hadn't closed. You know, when I think about it, I'm like, the hell was wrong with you? You should have just went back home. Because the fall was pretty bad. I hadn't even felt like the injuries. When I say injuries, it sounds bad, but I hadn't felt the pain of falling down that many stairs. And like, some people who I was going to work with actually saw me rolling down those stairs. They were very surprised that I ended up inside the train. But like, everybody was like, how? Sisi? Even the ladies who were supposed to check my ticket, they didn't even check it. I just ran inside the train. When I got inside the train, this old uncle was like, how? Sisi, why am I feeling? I was like, sir, you have no idea the state of my life right now. I need to make sure that I arrive on time so that at least I can plead my case, you know? And yeah, as I was sitting there, like, this other old lady was like, meaning that you're hurt. And then that's when I kind of looked and I saw that I was actually, I had this huge scab on my knee and like on my elbow, and I was just looking at myself. Like, I was wearing a white top. I was dirty. My dress was dirty. Like, yo, it was a mess. In conclusion, I got to work and I got fired. I mean, they didn't say that I was fired. They just said, listen, we're just giving you the opportunity to resign. So I was like, okay. After everything I've been through, after everything I went through today, and the entire year actually, but today specifically, yeah, I lost the job that I was running for, you know. It wasn't just that moment of like trying to make sure that I get there on time. It was just like the entire year of constantly going over and above for that job, you know what I mean? Because I loved it so much. Well, I loved it because it was something I'm passionate about. And it was mixed with literally almost everything that I was passionate about. It was just that constant going over and above. And then that specific day, like, I was like, I need to make sure that I'm there because things are not looking good right now. I think that was more the disappointing thing. Like, fuck, I actually lost this job, you know? Over something that normal companies wouldn't fire someone for, I think. But yeah, let's just say that I resigned because that's kind of what happened. I signed a resignation form. resignation letter, and I was like, okay, fine, bye. Literally with immediate effect. Luckily they paid me for that month, and then yeah, I was so sad for like a few days, and then I did a bit of shopping with the money that they paid me. And yeah, that's one of the biggest L's I've taken, guys. Comment in the comment section and just tell me about your story. Tell me what was the biggest L that you've taken so far. Well, one that you're comfortable to share. And tell us how you actually rose above it or whatever. I think I definitely tell me about your worst L. You know what I mean? But yeah, after we talk about our worst L's, we're gonna move on and we're gonna get W's. And we're gonna win, and that's what it is. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, you know, do the things, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna surely enjoy mine. Goodbye.